Hey, Hazel here. How are you? So, today we are going to talk about, in this video, we're going to talk about discovering your inner child. So, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you all for being here, and also I'd like to request for you, if you like this kind of topic, please let me know in the comment section below, because this topic I am so passionate about discovering your inner child, because regardless of how old you are, you have that inner child who wants to play, to relax, to express your feelings without being judged by yourself or by the adults around you. So, when you were a child, when we were all children, all we want from our parents and from all the adults around us is that we are going to be feeling safe, feeling like they heard us. When we are hungry, we cry. As little babies, we try to express our emotions, express what we wanted to get. So when we are wet, or when we're hungry, or soiled, we try to scream and cry in order to get the attention of the adults around us, the parents, the caretakers, caregivers, the help, all of those people around us. And if those adults around us, let's say, are very busy, fair enough, with all the things that life has to offer, and they tend to forget to give you what you need in that moment, as a little baby, even if you're a little baby, you are so smart that you then equate that being ignored as that you are not loved, that you are abandoned, or all of the things. So this book that I'm going to share with you, Recovery of Your Inner Child by Lucia Capaccioni, is such a wonderful thing, because it really helped me understanding my own inner child as I continue to look at myself and understand the inner child, my inner child, who wants to play, who wants to paint, who wants to create things and just have fun. And just doing it is a lot better than being perfect, because I tried so much. Again, my own experience is very different from your experience. However, maybe there's going to be a thread of resonance, and maybe you can relate to what I have experienced before. So, in this thing called life, we are all connected, right? So, the inner child is a powerful presence. It dwells at the core of our being. Imagine a healthy, happy toddler. As you picture this child in your mind's eye, you sense its aliveness. With great enthusiasm, it constantly explores the environment. It knows its feelings and expresses them openly. When the child is hurt, it cries. When it is angry, it screams. When it is happy, it smiles and laughs from deep down inside. This child is also highly sensitive and intellectual. It knows who to trust and who not to trust. This little child loves to play and to discover. Every moment is new and full of wonder. From this playfulness comes an inexhaustible well of creativity and aliveness. As time goes on, the child runs head on into the demands of the adult world. The voice of grown ups with their own needs and wants begins to drown out the inner voice of feelings and instincts. In effect, parents and teachers say, don't trust yourself. Don't feel your feelings. Don't say this. Don't express that. Do as we say, as we know best. With time, those very qualities that gave the child its aliveness, curiosity, spontaneity, ability to feel are forced into hiding. In the process of raising, disciplining, and educating children, adults often turn the child into a predictable adult. By eradicating the child's vulnerability, along with its lack of control, they severely damage the essential self of a child. The baby is thrown out with the bathwater. The adult world is not a safe place for children. For survival's sake, the growing youngster sends its delightful child spirit underground and locks it away. But that inner child never grows up and never goes away. It remains buried alive, waiting to be set free. Now, the inner child is constantly trying to get our attention, but many of us have forgotten how to listen. When we ignore our true feelings and gut instincts, we are ignoring the inner child. When we talk ourselves out of childlike needs with the excuse that they are not rational or practical, not the adult thing to do, we abandon the inner child within us all. So, for instance, we may feel an impulse to skip for joy through the park or cry to uninhibitedly over the loss of a friend. That is the inner child wanting to come out. But when the serious grown up in us says, no, you can't do that. Big boys don't cry. You must appear to be in control. The inner child gets locked in the closet. When our inner child is blocked, we are robbed of our natural spontaneity and zest for life. Over time, this may lead to low energy, chronic, or serious illness. When our inner child is hidden, we also separate ourselves from others. They never get to see our true feelings and wishes. They never see who we really are. This makes it impossible to experience true intimacy with others. We never get to truly know each other. What a tragedy and loss this is. For us to be fully human, for us to be fully human, the child within must be expressed and, must be embraced and expressed. So that is discovering your inner child. And look at that. There's so many humans in the planet, right? I don't know how many you are in your siblings in your family, how many you are, but even if you are coming from the same family, the same father and mother, you have your own personality, you have your own differences, you have your own belief systems, you have your own things that you truly care about. And that is okay, totally okay. So, my question to you is, are you even aware of your inner child inside of you? Even if you say, oh my God, what are you talking about? There is no inner child. I'm already an adult. Okay, fair enough. I only know about my inner child when I was between 38 and 39 years old. When I was told to go home, I had an assignment to go home and write a letter to my inner child. So that was my first experience to rediscover my own inner child. And that's when it led me to healing, feeling my emotions, releasing all the things that I need to let go of from my childhood, the painful memories that are still locked unconsciously in my physical body. That also, because I didn't know how to process my painful and overwhelming emotions when I was younger, it manifested in a physical illness that almost cost me my life. This is the reason why I am on a mission to to share my story, to remind all my tribe, my brothers and sisters in midlife who are very highly sensitive. Could be from trauma response, it doesn't matter. You're like an old soul, and you love spirituality, you love to create art, maybe you love to write, you love to sing, you love to do something very creative that is so different from other adults around you, and that is okay too. So this is why I am sharing this with you guys. Let me know in the comment section below if you like this topic, as I'm going to continue to share the things that I'm super passionate about, because when I was going through my own pain, and I even was shamed, I feel ashamed at the time, that, and if I am not going to be very fully aware, that sometimes I can also block my own inner child from playing, from expressing my creative self. This is why I am on a mission to help you remember who you are before your diagnosis, before your pain, before the breakup, before losing everyone, because spiritual awakening is a combination of blissful, joyful, and also full of darkness, full of pain, and all the things that we do our very best, try our very best to hide from the public. And that's fair, because we live in a society where there's so much rejection and judgment, right? However, if we tend to the parts of us that are so tender, very vulnerable, and we get to know ourselves a little bit more deeper each and every day as we create our art, whether it's good or bad or whatever, just creating it from your heart, you are going to discover how amazing you are truly. And I'm here to help you brainwash to remember that you are you are so creative. You are divinely created by the creator, whether you believe in a creator or not. I do. Because when I was disconnected from my own creativity, from my own inner child, that's when I really suffered a lot. And maybe I was very good at hiding it from the public or masking it, but it manifested into physical illness. And it affected me big time. It took me a long, long time to recover, and now it's like 9 years in on this very wonderful journey of feeling all the pain, feeling all the shame, the fear, the doubt, and while also embracing the beauty of life, the joy, and the sheer fun of just creating things, even if they are not perfect. And that is so okay, because remember, when we were just little children, we do not care whether they're good or bad, up until the adults or teachers around us started to criticize our work. So I hope that this lands, and I hope that it touches your soul, and that with watching this video up until the very end also maybe make you curious enough to know and wanting to discover your inner child within. So thank you again for watching, and I'm going to see you next. Bye.